How am I going to change the world? I'm just one person. I'm just a tiny grain of sand, just a tiny drop of water in an ocean. How am I going to do anything, right? Yeah, that's true. And it's also not true. We're not as alone as we think, you know. It's been scientifically tested and proven that our energy, who we are, doesn't stop at our skin, where our skin stops. Call it the aura or the energy field, whatever you want. The idea is that whenever there's someone relatively close to you, you are sharing something. You're sharing an energy. You might have felt it before. So whenever you're waiting for the bus, or waiting online to pay at the grocery store, or watching a movie in a movie theater, or just walking down the street, whatever's going on in your body, in your mind, in your field, if you will be felt a little bit around you. Other people will feel it, and that will travel a little bit, and maybe go to the next person, and the other person, and the other person. It might sound like a crazy concept, but it's true. And yes, we're all just a drop in the ocean, but we're not one-dimensional beings. We are also the ocean itself, altogether. To think of ourselves as just one-dimensional, this tree gonna fall on me? To think of ourselves as one-dimensional is a very limiting concept. We have multiple layers of existence that coexist. For example, you ever watch movies at a movie theater? If you're watching a movie, let's say you're watching a 3D movie. So you're watching a 3D movie, you got the glasses on, you're seeing this image. So the movie happens in 3D for you. You have this experience of this 3D image, right? If you take off the glasses, there's another movie there. There's the movie that's on the flat screen, so it's 2D and it's kind of blurry. But if you look up, you might see the ray of light from the projector to the screen. That's another version of the movie. It's just the image, actually. If you concentrate on the sound, you'll realize that you might be watching the movie in front of you, but the sound is coming from all around because there's speakers all over the place. That movie might exist also in physical form, on a reel, or I don't know what format they use these days. I think it's still reels. And somehow on I guess a metaphysical plane, that movie exists in the mind of the person who made it, you know. Somehow someone had to invent that movie, and let's say the director, he has to see that movie in his head from start to finish. So that movie exists on another plane. So the same way that movie exists at the same time, in different ways, in different dimensions, if you will, we exist in many different ways. And we are all connected, just like that drop of water can be just a drop, but it can also be just the entire ocean. And that's a very powerful thought. That's a very powerful thing. So what I like to see it as, yes, we're all separated by our bodies, but I guess our soul, you know, there's something else, something above us, and those things are linked. Those things are linked together. So somehow we have access. The idea is that we can have access to everything, every thought, everybody. I read something very interesting. Someone was saying that the internet was a sort of a physical manifestation of our ability that we might have forgotten or not discovered yet to link with everybody else and every other people's thoughts and knowledge. That's an interesting idea. So think about that. What would you do if you were an entire ocean? Do you think one little drop can change the world? Have a nice day.